Please smoke responsibly. No.
That didn't sound very.
All right, welcome to After Dusk. As you can see in the background, Jim is joining us. We're doing some coughing. We're getting down this. And remember, After Dusk is when we get more in depth. We can talk about issues. We can get more character in depth, where our character's going. Certainly, we can go over that we couldn't go over during the recap because we don't have that much time. If you forget, my name is Tommy. Joining me is Mike.
Hey, Tommy, and everyone else.
Yeah, Matt.
What up?
Tim. And our Grand Tormentor, which apparently you told us that you don't mind that name. Jim.
Yep.
Again, before we start off again, Jim is the guy who puts this together, makes this all happen. We give great props to Jim because he puts so much effort during the week to this, so we can have fun for 4 hours. So,
What they don't know is it's my favorite thing to do anyway.
It's favorite thing to do anyway. It's our favorite thing to do. So, all right, let's get into this. I know Mike wanted to start off this After Dusk. Hopefully, we're live right now. We had some technical difficulties for anyone out there. We are live, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I got it.
All right.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I know.
I can read.
I can read. What was that? Oh, well, yeah. That was who was that? Nassau, right? No, that was Nassau. That was Neville.
No.
Neville.
Yeah.
Neville in the Witchcott talking to the giant. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Talking to Matt's giant when we were talking about the dwarves. I can read. So Jeff, I'm sorry about that. Mike, you wanted to start us off about, I guess, as you know, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't heard, Bert, the person that played Brock, left us. And the next session, his character got in some hairy situations and ended up dying. And I think Mike wanted to start off talking about, the impact on the group and stuff.
Yeah, well, first I want to talk a little bit about the impact on Pip.
Oh, okay.
Because Pip, it was Pip's longest, most trusted friend. We started that at the session 0. Our longer lived race session where we were just kids, and that's where we met the NPC. Jim, what's his name?
Crag,
yeah.
Crag.
So yeah, it was me, Pip, Brock, and Crag, running out, very Sandlot kind of session that kind of brought us together. So his death, Pip's looking at it like, okay, he just learned here recently in the last couple of the line we were fed in Volcaminar has been bullshit. Basically 100%. It's not the Volcaminar is not the end all be all, maybe for the dwarves, but Pip's assuming and has been assuming that Brock's world perceptions changed drastically. And that's why when we were in Moorgrave Gap, he was in the bottle, drunken at the tavern, so he just figured, hey, this is, him kind of coming to grips, but he'll snap. Then when he attacked my car, that night, it was like, whoa, man, hey, calm down, go blow some steam off. And that's what I was assuming was happening, and didn't think that he was like abandoning the party because,
That's what Frass was thinking too. It was just like it's typical Brock. He's a little more amped up because of this new person. But I'm suspecting an ambush and everything.
It was a little bit strange because he was using a dagger and he wasn't really proficient using daggers.
True.
So
he just throw something on him or shoot him with his crossbow.
Yeah, it was something off. So, but we didn't think it'd go that route. Like
Frass didn't
walking off. Give us a finger and just go walking off.
But anyways. And that was the first time that Pip cast Secure Shelter as well. So it's kind of like a level up, we're in the Underdark, we're leveling up. Brock will be fine. He's going to come back, see house. Everything's going to be cool. But that next morning, seeing his body out there was like devastating. I think for Pip, it was. Not only was he, dead, but he was desecrated. So it was just a horrible thing.
Yeah,
and that's
immediately like that. Yeah.
Yeah, like the beard, just hacked off, and the eyes missing and stuff. Was really it drove emotion. I guess not it was fun to play.
It was fun to play. Yeah, Rast was furious. And despite how he feels about the dwarves in power and Vulcan Menard, Brock was one of the decent ones, along with Crag, even though he's a bullshitter.
And
I still like him.
Yeah, well, exactly. He was one of the decent. He was the good dwarf, the one that I didn't mind when he went in and said, "Hey, he's the dwarf. You guys got to play your part, when we're dealing with dwarves." It's like cool, because he thinks of us as, as family. I mean, we're the
very
tribe.
decent. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even we had the issues with him not believing how he went all in the dwarven gods. So yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't mind that too much.
Yeah, it's Brock, man. I mean, that's what he does, man. But and it led into that next sleep, when we were like, okay, we've had a bit of harrowing experience walking through the fire. We did our best to pyrize. I don't know, what do you say, cremate Brock's body.
Mm.
And then we're going to sleep the next night, or the next cycle, or not cycle, but the next sleep.
Mm.
And it was that, last time, Pip was really proud of the secure shelter, but in the end it really sucked because Brock died. So that night, we're sleeping in the dirt. I don't want to relive that. It's too soon, kind of thing. Is the way. It was too sad.
Yeah.
It was. I didn't want them to find us again in that really ambush if they had the numbers. Yeah. Rast was more. This is a chance we could die or something terrible could happen. We have to be careful.
I was rather shocked at the level of desecration that the Dark Elves leveled at him. Just for the fact they took their time.
Yeah. Well, didn't you say didn't my car say that they usually enslave people?
They usually will enslave people, but
not dwarves apparently. Yeah.
I would like to know the hidden story of what Brock did to get such ire to have gotten so desecrated.
Maybe it was more of a message to us, man. I don't know.
Yeah, true.
I feel like there's a side story to him.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, he could have went in and tried to maybe murder a couple. So I don't know.
He was acting crazy. He could have jumped down off the ceiling and tried to attack a whole part of the darkness the way he was acting.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, Brock.
And he died to them.
But now, has anybody put any thought into the further ramifications of his loss, as far as when we do get back to Vulcan Menard? I mean, he was our key in a lot of ways to the city of Vulcan Menard.
His family and his family and friends will be very pissed off, and it will be. Rast is thinking about this. Yeah, I've been thinking about it as a player. Like, man, it's gonna be bad. It could be bad. We'll see.
I mean, there's a couple ways that I thought about it. One, we have Pip. Obviously, losing this can
shit.
Yeah. I mean,
and the other one,
regardless. But.
Yeah, and the other one of saying like we now do. They used to be royalty. They slipped back to just keep on joining them. Say, hey, well, Brock was our friend, and he was part of your what do you call it? Tribe house. We'll still help you guys do stuff. I mean, if you guys help us out, and we still got. Is Crag part of his house too, or a different house?
Crag is part of his house. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so he got adopted in.
Yeah, so it's still Crag, and still other ways we can get into it. But to offer a handout to them, hey, we'll still help you out. We're misfits just like he was. So I mean, it all depends. I mean, but to me, it's that it gets back to that. Yeah, we have the comforts of the house, but it gets back to the grittiness now. This is what happens. This is the Witterdark. We can't. This is a reminder. This is what the Witterdark is like. Going off your own is dangerous. Yeah, no more Nationals. You're walking again, which is fitting. I think, getting back to the grittiness, the heavy weight of the Witterdark, getting back to almost our roots, getting back to that. Because we live in life.
So what was the comfort level, though, with you?
Well, I mean, yeah, because we went to...
Rast was taking it to granted.
We were at Moorgrave Gap for a while. Rast didn't want to leave. He wanted to stay there. We were on the Nashorns, which we were just trucking through, missing out a bunch of stuff. Sort of, it's almost like, this is not a big deal anymore. So we're almost forgetting about the Witterdark, if you ask me. just trucking of. It almost slows everything down.
Yeah, it's kind of like jumping out of a car and deciding to walk.
Yeah. Jim. There's a story in that. There's a story in that. Yeah. So I mean that's what I really think. You know? And it gives us time to now we can walk and gives us time almost to harp it and think about it a bit more. You know, getting back to you remember when we were back at the adventure we were walking and we were getting irritable. You know, I think we weren't as irritable, but now I think we'll get back to that feeling of, you know, a rock in our feet, or maybe our feet are wet, or our legs are sore again. And
so, what? You're wanting to role play or something, Tom?
No, I'm not role playing. What are we talking about? Oh, we're going to role play.
No, you're wanting to. No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm wanting to role play. Yeah, we're going. We're going to role play. But yeah, but then also, I mean, I again, you know, just like the secure shelter. I know that, you know, Pip's going to find a way to say, you know, well, fuck this. I hate walking. So Pip's going to find a way to remedy that. But I mean, later on, it'll be another shocking thing. Like, hey, guys, I've been working on something. Like, you could have done this? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you
this walking shit? Yeah.
So
that brings us to our next kind of bullet point. Man, the Dark Elves are assholes.
No, they're dicks. I mean,
like, there's been the worst thing that we've ran into.
I told you.
I'm thinking we're gonna, okay, it's cool. It's another city, you know. We check it out and, you know, see who runs it and maybe see how we can, you know, work our way through it and with it. And no, not at all, man. They're just total.
But again, let's go back to what Tim, who plays Makar, said. We don't know what Brock did. There's a story behind that. Maybe he went in and slit a bunch of their kids' throats, and they get back.
We saw him climb. Good chance he could have just jumped straight down on one of them's back, for all we know.
Yeah. So.
Well, no, I'm not harkening it back to just a Brock. I mean, they were
seen them riding the Nashorns and knowing that they were your guys, and they came back and dropped the body.
Yeah.
Well, my car told us they're slavers and shit, so we know they are terrible to a degree. Maybe not all of them, but you know, Brock showed us that not all dwarves are terrible. They're not very nice.
Well, I mean, what Makar shows is not all dark elves are, you know.
Yeah, this is true.
Once again, only half dark elf.
Yeah, half dark elf. His half is.
He seems like nobody's talking about how Raz.
Yeah.
All I remember is being close and seeing that map, the picture of Tref to Death, or Tref to Death, and thinking, okay, how are we gonna, you know, bring this city down? You know, how am I gonna loosen all those giant rocks and just crush the whole place?
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. I mean, especially leaving and possibly coming back, you know, if we do come back this way. That's going to be some interesting thoughts. And, of course, if we run into other dark elves, you know, right away it's going to be like lizard men, and we go give them chances. They don't want to talk to us. Because, I mean, I know Makar said that they were from a house, or more of the roguish house, you know, the ones that don't really follow.
They were the houseless.
Yeah. So it may have been those guys. Those guys may have been following. I don't know. It may have been the same guys. To be continued. I like it.
Oh yeah. It's definitely a point.
I do just want to just stop and pause and ask Tim. So Tim's, you know, he's playing Makar. He's new to the group. You see how we are. What's Makar's thoughts about our group? You know, you can see nobody. We're chaotic. Some of us are chaotic. Some of us this. We're a tight knit group. What's Makar's thought? Because
Makar's thought is that I will mind my P's and Q's right now till I'm comfortable with you.
I got you. That's pretty smart.
And there's strength in numbers, and I'll keep me from getting any party that's sent out from the from Tref to Death to possibly come after me. I won't have to worry about it.
Yeah. And we did get a chance to see Makar go off and do his damage. Like I said, he was sidestepping, shooting, and doing quite much damage. Which is funny, is since Jim is here, Tim did tell us that he forgot to add the D4 for the vote. So he's quite upset. He's quite upset about that one. He said, "I forgot to add the D4."
That's 2.5 more damage per shot.
Yeah.
And the sad thing is, I woke up out of a dead sleep and realized I didn't use my before. What the fuck?
That's hilarious.
All right. Looks like
Oh, what happened to Matt?
Matt's saying he's trying to reconnect. So
Little technical difficulties.
Yeah,
That seems to apply, guys, man. Is Mercury still in retrograde? Does anybody know offhand? Was it?
I don't know.
Dodge Swinger. 1973 top down galaxy free. No, I don't know what you're saying.
Oh, today's the last day, so maybe it's getting us hard now.
Oh, that's fine. No, I think Makar, like we were talking about, and let's go back to Brock's death again. Brock, Brock, and essentially, when Bert left and Brock, and then replaced with Tim's character, Makar, it sort of changes the dynamic of our group at that point. Like we're sort of true misfits at that point.
Yeah.
Like there's no connection except for you, your character, what happens at that point, which is going to be interesting. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be really fun. Play that out to get back there and to see what happens, see how, but I mean, Dark Elf, I might ask you this, Jim. Nathan's group, they were Dark Elves as well, or they weren't Dark Elves?
Somewhere,
okay.
It was mixed. They were wild elves.
Wild elves, okay. So, have we seen any Dark Elves in Volcaminar before?
That's a good question that we didn't.
Yeah,
have we seen Dark Elves before?
No.
Okay.
Not the way Makar looks, with the white hair and the black skin and the dark eyes, and you'll see other things about Makar perhaps in the future that'll kind of go with those physical traits that you haven't, also things you haven't seen necessarily. But those are things for you to find out time to come. Yeah, you've never seen elves who can cast darkness or fairy fire at will type thing.
Cool. So treat him as an unknown. No problem.
I was going to say, did the Dark Elves that we ran into, did they use any of their spell-like abilities? Does anybody remember?
No,
I know they're doing that whole dark.
I don't remember them using the dark.
They were sort of like
they were shrouded.
They were shrouded.
That weird blurry shit that was more class related, but
yeah, I don't know.
Actually, that's not class related. I was going to tell you, Tim, that that's something else that some of the Dark Elves do instead of the darkness and the other things. Some of them do that, but they kind of give up a piece of themselves to learn that trait, and that's part of being houseless. They retrain themselves, so they're like the worst of the worst, the nastiest of the nasty.
Which is funny because same second level, your character.
Yeah, we're missing a lot of that.
Yeah, Tommy, you're cutting up.
Am I still cutting out?
Man, I didn't know if it was just me and my hearing, or if
am I still cutting out? Am I still cutting out?
No, you're good.
Am I good now? I don't know why.
I think so.
I know that darkness that they had is something that I know in the future Mike's character.
Yeah, I was just about to say, too late. Pip done seen it.
Pip done seen it. So that means that's cool. Actually going into that, because I think second and third level of what we call it, the Magecraft, the Shadowcraft Mage.
Yeah.
They get that same ability that you can turn off and on, which is absolutely cool. And they get the whole point where I think it's 15 plus 5%, per level of Shadowcraft Mage, up to 40% mischance and that type of fall. He can do concealment, he can do hide, so it'd be a lot of, we kind of like Pip saw it, he can copy it, says, I saw that. That's pretty neat.
I can do that.
Yeah. I wonder where Matt's at. Did he come back up? No?
He's not back with us yet, but I'm sure that he's trying his damnedest to get back in.
I'm sure he'll be back. But no, I think that even now, I think even more so, and this is the thing that I think also is going to happen. Since that happened to Brock, the next encounter, like this mushroom encounter, or whatever you call them, I forgot what you call them. I think it's going to be like, if they say one thing wrong, there's going to be battle right away. We're not going to get any chances.
Yeah. Well, we had the pink mist kind of thing.
Yeah.
And like these things, are so foreign looking that is just going to be cool as shit, you know. Like, what the hell are you, you know? And Matt put it a good way, like, are you friend or food kind of thing? I don't know, you know. I mean, can they
I was
talk?
thinking they look an awful lot like food either way.
Yeah.
Well, depending on your moral compass, that could be, you know, anybody, your next door neighbor.
Friend or food. Yeah. So, you know, just that next step of where we're going, and Makar, you know, seeing how, that first time when he saw us fight, where Rash transforms, you know, Mike's pointing a finger. I mean, Pip's pointing a finger, and someone just goes down, you know, just dies, you know, which is awesome. I like almost like a Vader choke or something when Vader does it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice. But no, I can't wait. I can't wait to see how this transpires. I can't wait to see how it grows. I know Tim's character. We gonna see growth in Tim's character. You know, the more we go into it, 5 or 6, 7 sessions down the road. You know, if he finds anyone a friend or allies anyone, or if he's friendly towards everyone, or I like to see what's going to happen there. We may, if he confines in anyone, maybe won't confine in any of them.
Mm-hmm.
I would say he's probably going to be more drawn toward Nassau.
Yeah, I was thinking
because of the shared Elven history, whether it be just having the shared language to begin with would be a bit
a tie that binds, as they would say.
That, and well, I understand his fighting style a little bit more. Creepy.
You say a little bit more creepy?
Yeah, y'all creepy. Motherfucker
running
out there changing into a goddamn whatever the fuck cave bear thing he was.
That cave bear.
Yeah.
Cave.
And the pointer of doom.
Pip's a little fella.
The guy in the old clothes talking about Cybercoff.
Which he hasn't really seen me transform, so that's good. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's gonna be good. I mean, this is how you make Illusionist deadly. I think we effectively made the Illusionist not a laughable class. It's it's not laughable at all. Don't laugh at it because you just may die. Which I think is cool. So I can't, the next couple of levels coming, I can't wait.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward.
And then, as far as you, Tim, what's your next feat you're gonna take? Have you thought about that yet?
Probably blind fighting.
Blind fighting, because there's also.
Well, I've gotten pretty. I don't know.
Also, you got improved skirmish, which adds 2d6 plus.
Oh shit, that's probably what it'll be.
When you move 20 instead of 10, you got 2 more d6 to that. Which you should keep that in mind. Look at improved skirmish.
Yeah, I probably more than anything right now. I want to find out what the rapier is.
Oh yeah. Well, that's
just
a jewel encrusted rapier. Yeah, it was only fitting for you to have it, so why not have it?
Yeah, that was a mess of loot right there, boy. We need to run a bunch of more squishy loot.
Yeah, you're gonna have it again. Careful. It was
just a suggestion.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know if we want to find too damn many all in one group. Now, if we could space them out in them small groups like that, it'd be all.
Yeah. But I mean, we just have to up our game, like having you there, and then Nassau. We got some DPS. I can DPS as well, but I didn't really DPS that much. I just go run around healing. I think it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun group, and then our role playing prowess. I really like that everyone is all in it, role playing.
Yeah, engaged.
Yeah, I can't wait for, when Nassau is able to join us for, recap and After Dusk, so we can have the whole picture. Because we do leave out do leave out, and that's Nassau's.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the nature of the beast,
Oh, yeah.
Because we all have our own takes on what transpires and stuff. So I'm definitely going to be more biased, as we all are biased on our own characters as far as our view.
Yeah, yeah, of course. That's what we got. Matt, back. I guess Matt's gonna miss out.
Well, I think this is pretty much, unless anybody's got anything to add. I mean, I think we've covered it This past session, there wasn't a whole lot of encounter. Oh,
Yeah. It looks like just real quick. Matt said my internet just went out. Restarted my computer and router, still not connecting, so he's not gonna be able to join us. Jim. I mean, what do you think about the group? What as far as like, I guess it's still up in the air what we might do. Some of the places, but I guess you're pretty excited what you're gonna do with us here soon, having the group we have now. Yeah.
I am. I'm sad to see Bert go. We played with Bert for a long time, and that's nothing we can do about that. Time constraints, being adults, But on the opposite token, I'm excited to have Tim as part of the group. I feel like Tim is a lot like some of you other guys, the way he role plays. So that'll be kind of cool to see that interaction.
Oh yeah.
So we lose a bonus and we gain a bonus. So we got that. It's just a different bonus. But for the most part, I'm excited to have another kind of outsider to Volcaminar. Somebody who's never been to Volcaminar. Like, you guys have lived there for a while. It's going to be neat to get to pitch it to his character in a way. And at the same time, I'm still kind of pitching it to you guys as players. So it'll make me up my game a bit and make it feel like the first time again. And
oh yeah, most definitely, yeah. I didn't think about that. Yeah, especially going back and leaving this, for this long, this amount of time. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have access to whole different parts of Volcaminar you weren't privy to before. That's gonna be very fun. But on the same token, it really shakes up my story because you had a key to Volcaminar, as we've called it, and having a friend as a dwarf. How is that stuff going to be accomplished now? Is a really good question, and it'll be interesting to see how that plays out when we get back to Volcaminar.
Yeah, I still want to see.
Kind of worried that he's going to have to deal with Brock's death being aimed on him. I will say that's Makar's only concern about the loss of Brock. We're going to Volcaminar. We've got a lost dwarf, and the desecration and lack of his cord or beaded, whatever it's called, kind of makes me worry that they're going to be pointing fingers at the only dark guy in the party.
Yeah, well, they can. I mean, they may be pointing at all of us at that point, since we're with you.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a bustling place. His absence, I don't know, because I mean, we've already been gone for a long time. I'm looking forward to the interaction with Crag, honestly.
Yeah.
But again, that's a Pip bias for me. As well as Alistair.
About Crag, because Crag's like my favorite NPC in the game.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, I like Crag because the first time I met Crag, myself and did he come back? Is he back?
I am back. Yeah.
Oh,
my
nice.
Dog was playing around my modem, and
your dog was what?
My dog was playing around my modem. She had her toy and shit.
I didn't know you had a dog. Shit. Okay, so, I mean, Tim, just get you caught up. I don't know if you heard the story about myself and Vrast, how we always, and maybe you did hear about this, how Throve and Vrast always fought, and we joined the group, and we thought we were fighters, and the first time we met Crag comes up, and then he hits me in the stomach, like hard, like I've never been hit before. And I barrel over and go down. And he's this kid's is like, my God, it was, I like Crag, but I mean, if he's messing with sticks, of course, the first thing I'll do is, because I still, my thing is no matter what, but I want to get back to sticks and Simonkoff, because I want to see what has that fraction of Simonkoff turned their cheek to me, but we're prophecy, we've done a lot of stuff, it's almost give and take, we get all this other stuff, and Simonkoff says, well, we're going to take away your Nash horns, It's slow you down just a bit. Maybe I have some more stuff I have to do in town. Let's slow you down. You guys going a bit too fast.
Maybe Simonkoff wants you to take a peek around your surroundings.
Yeah, just slow us down.
Just wants to challenge us.
So we don't get back to town. Maybe he has plans to do.
one thing that Rast really likes about going to the Vokaminar, and one of the only things, is he wants to spread the word of the dwarf's lies. You know, he's in a position he recognizes the lies that they even exist, and he almost feels more intelligence, and you know,
He's gonna get us killed.
Yeah, more wisdom. I mean, it's gonna be fun. I mean, it's gonna be fun. The stuff we're doing now, and you know, several sleeps away, you know, of how we fight, and you know, the more we gel, we lost Brock, but we gain Makar, and he sort of fits in almost the same way Brock did. So, which is sort of good, you know. But you know, going back to see how we're gonna adjust to this city life. Of course, being what was that? I just said it, that town that we were at, Moorgrave Gap, of being there, how free they were, and how they fought, and how they didn't really care about certain things. And at the end, they were still friends, which of course myself, Throven, and Rast really liked. You know, that fighting of no matter how much you fight, you guys are still friends. And
It's
you know,
funny
going
that
back.
you guys kind of take that away from that place because that's not at all what I meant it to be. But then when it came out, I was like, oh, hey, that's really our takeaway about this place is that it's so free that they can fight each other and still be friends. And that harkened back to the beginning of the story. It was almost like I meant that to be that way. And this is the one time I can admit, nope, I didn't.
Now, like, look, they're fighting. They're becoming friends. That's why you become friends. And then, no, this is what it's supposed to be like.
Bob Ross thing. Happy little accident.
Yeah, happy little accident.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, it was meant to feel free, and yeah, you guys were supposed to be able to get into fights there, and I knew you'd like it, but your take on it was totally different than what I was going. But
oh, okay.
I mean,
All
but
right.
I mean, along the exact same vein, just that's where that formula comes in, where it's 51% my story and 49% yours. You guys colored that your way,
Okay, yeah.
and it worked out better than my idea.
Oh, it did. Okay. Yeah. Oh, well, thanks. That's cool. I'm glad we could help out there.
That is awesome, man.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then Jim talks about when Jim says 51, 49%, in case you don't know, is 51% of him telling the story, and he includes us 49% that sometimes he changes. I mean, he's very attentive to what we do. He changes the story. You know, sometimes he come up with better ideas, but you know, he seems like God because he doesn't listen from us. I mean, if you talk to Mike, you know, it's like, I don't know how Jim does all this. Well, you know, times.
You're learning though, aren't you, Mike?
I am learning. Yeah, go to dnd420.com or click on the podcast if you want to learn more about behind the scenes Jim's how to DM kind of thing. It's really good.
Next level GMing, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
If you already know how to GM, or you already know how to play the game, or you know how the stats work, I'm trying to help people get a different understanding about role playing in general. And you know, the things that make it great for us could be the same things that make it great for everybody else. You can clearly hear the passion that all these guys have and that I have for playing this game. And you know, to think that there's a whole other group of us doing another game that you don't hear about, and know that there's a whole other DM who's running another group, and we're all part of this same guild and have the same passion for the game. You know, Nathan does a terrific job of capturing the same types of things that I feel like this group does.
Yeah, I want to play in a Nathan game now after listening to that, because it just sounds fun as shit. Not that yours aren't bad, Jim, by any stretch of the imagination, but man, it just wanting to take it all in, you know, and get all, because it shows. And we've played D&D a long time, and before I even knew what a module was, we were playing D&D. And that's what this shows, that you don't have to play by a strict module. You don't have to go, not that it's bad to go and buy a module and run it. That's fine. But it can be a hell of a lot of fun, free forming it, and coming up with your own stories.
Yeah.
I've seen modules played in the same manner, and I mean, they can be good. It's I like the free form style better, but I've seen DMs that were able to do the module very
yeah. I mean, but we've been playing such a long time. I mean, I played with Tim several times, which of course I think the apex of us was with Glean, and I forget your character. What was his character's name? in the adventure with Glean? Do you remember
Whose
that?
character?
Tim's character. He was the priest. Do you remember his name?
I remember his sidekick's name.
Yeah,
Tim.
Dim. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Big
know
Dim.
Dim. I can't remember my character's name for the life of me because he was just called the Scion. So
I can remember Ruben. I can remember Josh's name. And, I can't remember that. But, playing with Tim and then now playing with Mike and Matt and Nathan, I pretty much know what you guys are going to do, how you guys are going to react. It's fun. I know that, no matter what we do or, no one's going to take it to heart or, be vindictive, like, take stuff out of game and, hate someone else for doing whatever. So, that's always fun. You're allowed to push buttons and now the characters react and not the person per se.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
difference between role playing and real life. Yeah.
Yeah. Of course. Knowing the difference.
that thin thread that we all
what?
Oh no, I was going to leave it at that, Tom.
No, we all
have issues with struggling with or what? I don't know, man. Come on.
What happens? Sometimes. We all played in groups where you do something to someone and it's always
they get mad and
they get mad.
You don't hear from them the next session.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Never heard of that before.
Is that a thing? Because
that is a thing.
That's shitty.
Yeah, I've dealt with
and I've seen it so many times.
Tommy's seen it more. Trust me.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
I feel blessed to be playing with you guys. And
if anyone knows, one of our friends, acquaintances out there, is another gaming group, another gentleman. I'm not gonna mention his name, but we played this other gaming group where he had this tendency of storming out when something happens. And he would do this. I know one time we got a fight about just real quick, dinosaurs weren't real and robots could never walk upstairs. And, and he got really mad and he stormed out. Another one we were playing Star Trek and we had this thing called the Gomez. I made it to Gomez first. I happened to ram my ship into his because he was taunting me, and then he stormed out again because he decided. He's got better with age. He doesn't storm out anymore, especially if you play at his house. But he knows about this. It's his own fun now. I know he goes back. He laughs about it as well. So but you come across that. I come across people that the gaming groups that argue and people take it at and someone commits suicide because they were playing. It's just, we're just here having fun.
Yeah,
that is
what the fuck?
The prime fucking
Okay, okay, what? Go ahead. I mean, his character commits suicide, not the player.
That Tommy, man, you got under his skin, bro.
You got a hell of a strong group going if somebody's committing suicide.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
I think I heard about this story in the 80s.
Yeah.
What that player's
Tipper
name?
Gore comes to mind.
Tom Hanks was that? Tom Hanks?
Tom Hanks played Mazes and the Monsters. Everyone should watch it. If you haven't watched Mazes and the Monsters, get a laugh out and watch it because people really thought this was real about D&D in the past. But yeah, having a group that we can get together, we can talk about stuff, we can talk about character development to help each other get there, just to enjoy to talk about and to watch the other person form. Like, Mike telling me what he's going to do, and I can't wait to see how Mike implements that, how he's going to do as he goes on, and give other people ideas. Matt, does stuff. And I forget there was something we were wanting to talk about Matt. We wanted to ask him something. And I totally forgot. We had talked about it on Tuesday or Wednesday.
Oh, I think it was the ring. That was my question.
Yeah, I haven't forgotten. Yeah,
it was something else we wanted to ask him, but I totally forget. Something else.
D&D 420.
Yeah. No, it wasn't about the hole and low. Oh yeah, we were wondering, and we understand that you're raging, you're going to form, but that first hit, which again, it's just the bias because probably hatred from Throven, how you hit easily when you have +4. Oh, I get a 21. Like, how the fuck you get a plus? How the hell do you hit even with your bite? It's so perplexing. I'm trying. I got +10. I'm missing all the time. when it gets perplexing. That first time, which to me, now that I talk about it, it doesn't really matter. But when you come across the enemy the first time, you automatically do power attack. You take 4 away. I guess you're confident that you're gonna hit because sometimes it's like, wow, you're taking a +4 away right away. Man, that's
You know Matt's secret? I figured out Matt's secret.
What?
He cheats.
He cheats.
Well, this is awkward.
Because you take the +4, which is good. You get +4 more damage, but man, he takes -4 from his hit right away. I'm saying,
so I'm usually counting on it being like +10 because I'm getting +14 right now with it.
Okay, I see.
My first 2 claws.
He'll go with 50-50, 2 claws.
So yeah. Unless I know I'm gonna hit, I won't go past 10 usually.
Yeah, okay, I see. That's pretty good.
That and then what he does is he just doesn't change his roll. He's just like leave it the same and say I'm taking 4.
Wait, I'm gonna start paying attention now.
It's okay.
See if anyone notices. I'll do it as long as I
Cybercop
can.
likes me more than you.
I know.
That's the answer to that question.
I mean, sure plays in because like we also say the dice. We do also like the dice dictating our role play, and sometimes like being in when I was in more Gravegat, when I start missing a lot more, I felt Cybercop was telling me it's time to move on. There's no sense of you being here missing up. So I sort of factor that in. Even though I do miss a lot sometimes, but I was missing ridiculously a lot. I've been getting +10. I'm missing.
Are you doing the Tex Avery thing still a lot? Is that causing you to miss?
Well, I mean, but even sometimes because sometimes I can build up, I can get +10. I have my other thing going on. I'm -2. I still have a +10 on everything, and I'm sitting there missing like 3 times. Get like 14, 16, 12. Like, God damn it.
Well, can you use divine power or the?
No, not yet.
I know you use.
I use bull strength, but I factor in bull strength. I mean, that puts me up, but I'm -2 because of my thing, and sometimes I just miss. I mean, the one time I did get the good hit in was Final Lizard. That's when I felt like Vrask when I was hitting all the time and kicking his ass. Yeah, that's when I felt like you. I felt like Vrask.
But you're the cook and the healer, man.
I'm the cook and the healer.
Yeah, you're the cook and the healer. You got your
Cooking the healer and the fighter. That's how.
I'm just the cook.
I'm just the cook. Don't worry about it. We got level 10. We'll see what happens there. You guys will be pretty much impressed at that point.
You keep threatening with it. I'm looking forward.
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
I've seen you imagine making yourself stronger. Yeah, Vrask knows you.
Yeah.
He knows what you can do.
Yeah, this way. I mean, because divine power really puts me. That's when my base attacks because my character level, so it'd be like 9 at that point plus everything else. It gets better, but oh well. But anyway, so I guess this is the end of our our After Dark. Is that the end? No, anyone?
I think it's the end. I don't. Yeah. I think I've went through mine.
Anyone else? Jim.
I'm just along for the ride. This was
I'm excited for Sunday, man.
Sunday.
Sunday.
For Sunday.
Yeah,
I can't wait to hear the description of what these mushroom people taste like.
Yeah, what they do.
I'm very interested in these things, man.
Coming from the dark elf, of course.
All right, man. I'm gonna go ahead and sign out. My name is Tommy. I play Throven.
I'm Mike, and I play Raspib.
I'm Matthew, and I play Vrask.
Tim, I play Makor.
My name is the Grand Tormentor, and I am the Dungeon Master.
All right, we'll see everyone next Thursday, 9 p.m. EST. Don't forget to check out our several links that we have. I don't know if they're going to be below this mic or not.
I got them in there. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and check out several links and all the stuff we're doing D&D 420. I hope you'll be able to enjoy role-playing this as much as we do, if not more, if that's possible. So, all right, everyone. You have a nice night.